I'm speaking with Carla Clemons, head girls basketball coach at Lauderdale County High School. Coach Clemons served as a varsity assistant at LCHS for 17 years. She also, before taking over the program, she also coached the JV team before taking over as head coach this past summer. Her first year leading the program culminated in LCHS winning a thrilling comeback in overtime to win the state championship in Birmingham in February. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us, Coach.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time doing this also. So
Later this evening, the team is going to be honored with a street party and celebration in downtown Rogersville. Previous LCHS girls basketball state championship teams will also be honored. What does this kind of community support mean to you and the team? And how did the support of the fans and the community sustain you and the team throughout the season?
well, it means a whole lot. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this street party so we could get the community and the fans involved in it. Whereas, usually when you win a state championship, you have a little program at the school, but the fans and the community don't come out. So we want to do this so we give the fans and community, a chance to come out and celebrate with these girls because they do play such a big role, during the season. I don't know if you talk to some of our players and they'll tell you, especially in that state championship game, that when they were down, the thought crossed their minds that they had all that support behind them. So that's one reason why they never really gave up and stuff like that. So it means a lot.
Taking over this program, which already had a number of championships, in fact, a record number of state championships, how did you manage expectations going into the season? What were your expectations heading into the season?
Well, our goal is always to win a state championship because, like I said, this is our 14th state championship. So, expectations are high. Sometimes I feel, the girls do have a little added pressure to them, every year, but I think they handle it really well. Especially we had a great group of seniors, after coming up short the past couple of years. That was their really goal was to make it back to Birmingham, and that's what they did. So.
Well, along those lines, I was going to ask: was that your goal all along to win it all in Birmingham, or do you set certain goals, or do you also set certain goals along the way from regular season tournaments to the area tournament, the regionals, the sub-regional round, and the Final Four?
Yeah, we set little goals. We want to win. One goes win 20 games a year. Our season. Then we want to win the county tournament, and we accomplished that, and then area and sub-region, and then regional, and then of course the state tournament. I try not to base our season whether we win state or not, but because sometimes you don't win state every year, and doesn't mean that you had a bad season or anything like that. But it's just always good just to end the season on a state championship.
This group of players seem to be particularly unselfish, and you talked about this during the season, not caring who scored the most points, who had the best stats. They seem to be really close, and they seem to have a lot of fun along the way. Talk a little bit about the team and their closeness and their hard work throughout the year.
Yes, like I said, we had 5 really great seniors, that did a great job of leading this team. And like I said, they're all unselfish. They didn't. You take Ainsley and Armani and Adeline, and they could easily said, they want to score, but they knew that defense wins, and they all have their role to play. Points, they know points ain't the most important factor in the game. Defense, we always say defense wins championships, and like I said, they were all in it together. They wanted it for each other. So very special group of kids.
What's the off season like for LCHS girls basketball, and will this off season look different than past off seasons?
Not really any different. We'll just keep on doing what we usually do. We got tryouts coming up, and then the first half of June we'll go some play dates and play several games this summer, and then we'll open the gym up and hit the weight room some, and work on some fundamentals. So yeah.
Thanks, Coach. Is there anything else you want to say about the program, your players this past season? Any final thoughts?
No, just I'm so proud of these girls. Their grit and determination, especially toward the end of the, state championship game. They could easily, threw in the towel, gave up, panic, and they didn't do anything of those things. So I'm just very proud of them and love them all. So
thanks again, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you.